everyone. And we're live.
We're live.
We're live. Okay. All right, come in.
I took it an hour.
Yay.
Yay! Here we are, cozy, tight. Love it.
Go for it, Lisa.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
do the introduction.
Here we go. Okay.
I'm Veronica. This is Lisa.
I'm Lisa, and this is Alyssa.
And
Christina.
This is Christina. Yes.
Really
so
excited.
Please, we want to introduce our new faces of epilepsy. We want to introduce our faces of diabetes. Make sure you like, share, invite to their pages. It is actually like the faces of epilepsy. It's the faces of diabetes. So, Lisa, let's introduce Alyssa here.
Yeah. So I met Alyssa through a friend named Nikki Anderson. Super excited. I wrote an op-ed and I submitted it to the LA Times. It did not get published, but that's okay because it went to the right people that it needed to. And somehow it ended up with Alyssa, and we got to meet, and I got to express, what had happened to Judah, and that I wanted to bring more awareness to SEDEP and epilepsy and seizures. And so you graciously said, hey, you know what? I want to get involved. And I love that. So maybe you can just speak into that.
So let me just share a little bit about myself and my journey. I was diagnosed with epilepsy when I was 21. I have a rare condition called PVNH. It's a very long word. But when I first heard Lisa's story, it moved me so much because I've been in Judah's position a couple of times, and I'm super empathetic to what you had to go through. And it wasn't even, I was like, oh, absolutely, I'm going to help you. I want to help as many people as I can. And I really do think that a God in the universe put us into each other's paths for a reason, because we were meant to meet. 100%.
For a reason or for
a purpose.
Everything happens for a purpose. That's our thing. Yeah, inside joke.
But I am so happy to be here today and to be sharing my story with as many people as I can. And it was honestly divine intervention.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
So awesome.
Definitely. I definitely feel that way. I'm so grateful for you and just all the things that you're creating content wise. I especially love your transparency about your journey. Because it would, Judah, we didn't really talk about his journey around epilepsy. And I really didn't talk about it. Even most people didn't know he had epilepsy. It was just something we dealt with as a family, and it was something that we lived with, and we didn't really talk about it. I wasn't in groups. I really didn't do a lot of research around epilepsy because we just kind of accepted that there's not a cure. It's a chronic condition, much like diabetes is, that I'm learning now about. And you kind of just deal with it and accept it, and you just kind of like have to do whatever you can just to kind of live with it, Yeah, right. So I didn't know that there were a lot of resources, and there's actually a lot of community and conversation that can be had, to make people feel like they're not alone and that they have other people around them that are struggling, moms, parents, siblings, family members, friends, and the like. So thank you for being a part of the Faces of Epilepsy. And we grew to over 200 people in our Faces of Epilepsy group. We have webinars that are going on every Saturday. They're led by Veronica, myself, Alyssa, and Robert Ferguson is educating all of these beautiful souls in the community of epilepsy, and it's just been awesome. It's been really awesome, Veronica.
It really has, and I'm so glad that Alyssa came into our life. I'm super excited that she is our face of epilepsy. She's our little ambassador.
Yes.
And you know what? I want to introduce you, Christina. I'll tell you what, I was not really, I didn't understand the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes.
Same.
And you know what? Christina is actually my niece. So diabetes runs rampant in our family. Horrible genes, losing my father at the young age of 53. He was insulin dependent diabetic. And, you know what, it just so happened to fall into our lap with Christina in talking about, you know, diabetes, and Lisa interviewing her over this past weekend. And, you know, she's such an amazing woman, mother, daughter, sister. She's raised 3 boys. She is, you know, just you know, just amazing all around, a strong woman, and
and such a warrior.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
She's a cause fighter.
She is a cause fighter. She's
Cause
definitely
fighter.
a cause fighter.
Christine, would you like to say a few words? I mean, talk about your Facebook page as ambassador of Faces of Diabetes.
Yeah, so I'm building my Facebook page and my network. I've been managing type 1 diabetes for almost 30 years. Looking forward to connecting with more people in the diabetes community, all different types of diabetes. We all have different journeys, and there's so much that we can learn from each other. I'm really looking forward to sharing experiences and the things that work for each of us. So yeah, definitely connect with our group on Faces of Diabetes.
Yes, definitely. Because you know what? They're setting up webinars, and I know we have GoFundMe's set up to get individuals, you know, we talk about the balance oil that helps these individuals, and sharing and support, and, you know, giving ideas, because there is a lot of connections out there that people need to reach out and know that what is available to the individuals, from the youngest little baby or child all the way up to the eldest person who may be suffering from epilepsy or diabetes. And we just want to get our ladies out there to, you know, for you to meet them and reach out to them, and, you know, build their Facebook pages up and just connect. Christina and Alyssa have made their cells and their information all available. So please feel free to reach out to them and join in our cause. We are on a mission. We are on a huge mission to just educate people, you know, about diabetes and epilepsy, amongst many other issues that we have. Want to wish everybody a happy Veterans Day. We also have a Faces of Veterans. We have a gentleman who is a retired Navy veteran, who is also out there, you know, being instrumental in his Facebook page. So that is Faces of Veterans. Lisa, anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I think it's really important what you just said, that one of the main reasons that we started developing these communities, even starting last year with Power Hour, which many of you've seen us around with Power Hour, helping women navigate their menopausal journey. You know, 1 billion women on this planet in menopause, and over 80 symptoms, and hormones are such a, you know, there's such an intricacy, and they're always changing. And, you know, it's such a stigma around menopause that, again, creating this safe space of community for women to be able to share and feel like they're not alone in that journey. I think that's one of the big things that you're saying, is that, yes, we want to connect with you and we want to educate you and learn together. We're learning together. And I think that's what the key is in all of this, because with diabetes, the same with epilepsy, we're learning about SUDEP. We're learning about, like, there's things that I'm learning about, Veronica, that I never knew with regard to being a parent of someone that has epilepsy, and then eventually he lost his life to epilepsy, right? And I didn't know about not only the balance oil, but the fatty acid profile test, the test that basically gives you the information that you need, that most doctors will not give you. And it's not because they're trying to hold the information back from you. It's because they don't know what they don't know. And because this company most of us are trying to get this information out into the hands of the public, is because the company is not based in the US. They're based out of Norway. They're publicly traded, and the test is never been really marketed to the end consumer. It's never been something where you can just go and you can just go to your doctor and say, hey, can I get this test? You know, they're going to say, well, what do you mean? Why do you think you need it? And so I think that's the big piece here, is that we're learning together. You know, I never knew about type 1 diabetes. I never knew, you know, what all that entails. You know, I had no
shocked.
idea.
I was shocked just the insulin pumps cost thousands of
Thousands of dollars.
Didn't
To
even
stay
Yes.
alive, the fact that we
Yeah.
have to do so much, and the fact that oh my gosh,
It's just
And these are
it's
chronic
crazy.
illnesses. They're
Yes.
chronic illnesses. And when, you know, I'm in these groups and I'm seeing the diabetics or I'm seeing the epileptics, I'm seeing that these are chronic illnesses that people are having to live with every single
Yeah.
day. And it's not that their illnesses own them, but they're warriors, you know,
Yeah.
they're warriors. They're real warriors that are in these groups because they're living with this.
absolutely.
I don't know. I just
absolutely.
get so fired up because
too.
I,
just,
you know, I think we
I
all
do.
do. We all
You
get
know,
fired up.
I do. I get so fired up.
This is our
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you for listening
Yes.
anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
with that being said, we want to wish everybody a happy Veterans Day. Everyone have a great night.
Yes.
Of course, you'll see a lot more of us on our
Yes.
mission to, you know, get the word out there and, you know, come join our cause. We're really looking forward to connecting with all of you.
Yes.
I hope
definitely.
everyone has a great night.
Yes.
ladies.
Bye.